Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We're the DC Heralds camp, part of the DC main camp. First off, we want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakakodash.
Also, we want to give a double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hopeful of that. We out here again preaching the word to our people, which is part of the Israelites, the 12 tribes, and which today consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and of course we have the Israelite foreigners that may look like heathen, but are not the heathen because their father's seed line traces back to one of these 12 progenitors of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so we're going to start off with second address.
Second Ezra, Second Ezra chapter 8 and 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
And one might ask, if the Most High made this world for many, who's going to be in the world to come? And ultimately, most of our people, they won't ask, they don't consider. The world to come is for the rulership of the nation of Israel. And ultimately, that's going to be ran at the top by the Heavenly Father, of course. Then his son, Yahweh Shai. Next, our king in the flesh is going to be King David, with the Israelites on top, with the heathen under subjection. And people might ask, what's going to happen to this world? And what's going to happen to the people in this world? Well, continue.
Second verse. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much. It said it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, the little dust that gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world.
And the people in this world, majority of these people, you can, as they say, be all you can be. And we know that's not true according to scriptures, because as the scriptures say, Proverbs 20 and 24, man's goings is of the Lord. So there's no such thing as free will. Everything that you do is under the Heavenly Father. In this world, you can be a homosexual, you can commit adultery, basically sleep with another man's wife, and they continue to push it. You can marry an animal, you can marry anything. The same sex can marry each other and things of those nations. So in the world to come, that's not going to be happening, because it's going to be a kingdom of everlasting righteousness with no wickedness. And the Israelites are going to have the law, statutes, commandments written in our inward parts. The other nations, the heathen, they're not going to have the law, statutes, commandments written in their inward parts. But they're still going to have to follow the laws of the Israelites that's written in the scriptures.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13, it says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
And that we is talking about us, the hopeful elect, the ones that's out here pushing this word week in and week out, and on it, and over the internet, these internet epistles, starting from our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who we learned this truth from.
This is the book of Zechariah 8 and 6. It says, 16. It says, these are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor, and execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. Yeah, just like what the brother was saying. Well, prime example, we mentioned what? Homosexuality amongst our people, you know? And probably one of the most worst things is being judgment free. It actually reminded me a few months back, I think there was during March, when that girl came up. You know, we pointed out that she had a problem with, smoking. And next thing you know, I guess like 10 minutes later, up in brother's face, being defensive when there was no need to be defensive, man. And that was only because what? We just pointed it out. You know, I remember rewatching that multiple times and looking for any words that just set her off. And it was just the demons inside of her, man. And that's what the majority of our people have, just demons. You know, to be judgment free, the ability to not be judged.
That's what this world is about. You know, that's why we're seeking for that new world. You know, the Tupac spirit, only God can judge me. You know, but they don't really understand that scripture. We go to Matthew 7.
NPCs, bro.
Go ahead. Matthew 7. You got it.
Matthew 7. Oh yeah. Matthew 7 from the top, verse 1. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged.
See, the Christians hear that and they run with it. See, it said, judge not. It does not. You're not supposed to judge according to the Bible. But they don't keep reading. That's the problem with Christians, man. Keep going, bro.
Actually, I'll reread it. It says, judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged.
Right. Showing you that there is judgment in the land. For what judgment ye judge, then ye shall be judged. So now, you just got to make sure you're not charged with being a hypocrite. You can still judge, but you can't be a hypocrite. Keep going, bro.
It says, ye judge, as if for what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again.
Right. As I was watching the video, I wasn't here, but I was watching the video. The elder said that he went and researched on cigarettes, right? So now you have someone that's learned, they know about what you're smoking, and now he's warning you, he's telling you what you're doing is bad. That's why people get offended, man. Because they don't want to hear what they're doing is bad. That's why St. John, this is the condemnation. Yeah, that's why we are the condemnation of the world. Because we're shedding the light on all the bullshit. You know? That's why Yahweh Shai was truly hated. Because he was here shedding the light on all your wickedness.
This is St. John chapter 3 and verse 19. And this is the condemnation, that the light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light.
And men love darkness rather than light. They don't want to hear about themselves, man. They already know what they're doing. They know that they bullshit artists or whatever the case may be. The last thing they need is for us to come out here and tell them. So this is why people get offended, man. You know? Because we're here shedding the light, man. Keep going.
Because their deeds were evil.
Because their deeds were evil. This world is nothing but demonic energy all over the place, man. That's why it's that do as thou wilt spirit. They don't want to hear no judging on what they do, man. You know?
How can telling a person about arsenic and different poisons in a cigarette, how is that judging them? You're supposed to take this information and use it to your advantage. I mean, damn. You know? So I can't tell nobody nothing. Anybody can do what they want to do because it's information.
But when you think about that, man, all you're doing is reading the little portion like you mentioned last week. You're just mentioning the portion that's on the box, on the goddamn cigarette you smoke. That's all he did. It's a warning, the general's warning on the box. And may cause cancer, right? Harmful chemicals within this substance that you're not consuming, but taking in. And all he did was, I'm gonna just reiterate what the box is already telling you. And they don't want to hear that
They
shit.
teach you that in elementary about secondhand smoke. So at the end of the day, we don't want to catch that shit. We don't want to be around that shit. But I got a precept real quick. This is Proverbs 9 and 8. It says, reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. What this world don't understand is, you talk about judgment and being judged. We get it way more than y'all. But guess what? We're wise men and we're loving the men that's rebuking us. Why? Because that is a sign of love, man. If you sitting there smoking a cigarette and we ain't saying nothing to you, that means we don't give a fuck about you, man. You see? I'm gonna read that again.
For yourself.
For yourself.
Because secondhand smoke is a killer too. You see? Go ahead. It's just simple things. So the simplest thing, like if I tell you don't eat white bread because enriched flour is not good for you.
Right.
I guess I'm just tearing your whole world apart. You see? Stop eating white sugar, right? Because it's no good for you.
They'll be like, damn, I can't never
God
have
damn. You gotta die something.
The kicker is there's healthier alternatives that
Right.
taste even better.
You just don't know about it.
Exactly.
It wasn't introduced to you. got government cheese. Bro, that's not even good if you actually taste some real cheese, bro. You know? I'm gonna read that again though. This is Proverbs 9:8. It says, "Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a man, and he will increase learning." You know, and that's what we're talking about, the new world. Brother started on. We're talking about people wanting to better themselves, man. Someone actually searching and fighting for righteousness instead of just standing in this slumber sleep of darkness, man. That's what the new world is about.
Yeah, this is scorner in the etymology online. It says one who disdains or ridicules, a mocker formerly especially says a scoffer at a religion, one who mocks or derides church rules and leaders, an agent now to scorn.
Yo, that is crazy. You know what that remind me of? Me liking liver and onions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's like, oh, what the fuck, like, that's how they look at righteousness. That's how they, and it's crazy. At the health, like here it is, we're giving you health. We're giving you the position, right, to come out here to heal you, to give you life, and you just don't want it. You squint your face up at it, you spit at it, you talk all types of shit at it. And it's like, damn, we just out here to help. We out here to show you love, you know? And it's the very same spirit that Yahushua came in. And what did y'all did it to him? So of course we know you gonna do it to us. That's what the Lord. That's why the only other option to deal with you scorners, mockers, reprobates, bro, you gotta get thrown in that lake of fire, babe. You gotta take that bath. Because it's either you're gonna get baptized with this fire. It's either gonna spiritually or it's gonna be physically. The fire's gonna hit your ass, though. That's for sure. You know.
It's real simple. You know, it's not like you pulling teeth out here. Nobody can.
God.
You know, it's real simple and easy. You know.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It was a little. I want to read John 3:20. It says, "For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved." Right. It says, "But he that doeth, but he."
The word "least" means fulfill. So fulfill his deeds.
It says, "For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved."
Right. They don't want to be told about themselves. So this is why you see the reaction that you always get from these people.
Fear to be corrected.
But
Isaiah 30:20.
10.
Clock it. Isaiah 30:10. It says, "Which say to the seers, see not,
Oh yeah.
and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits."
Hey, bro, if I could say something on that, because what came to mind when you said that, this is the spirit that's on Jake. It's not taking responsibility, because they understand what comes with taking responsibility. What comes after that? An action. Meaning, get your lazy ass up and do something about it. Walk the right way. It's going to take energy, right? It's going to take you getting up and making certain changes with the lifestyle change within your life, which meaning, you know, your overall starts up here, your spirit, your mind, within your body, right? It's a work, it's a labor. And Jake want to fucking stay asleep. That's the most coziest place, the bed, underneath the covers, wrapped up. No socks. Rubbing their crusty ass toes together. Don't want to do nothing. But the Lord requires us, say, look, you're going to have to get up and shake that dust off of you, and you're going to have to work.
Maui, we talking about Maui up there. They say half the people who died in their own homes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That means they didn't want to leave. They didn't take heed to the warning.
Yep. That blazing fire. They thought them walls was going to keep them safe. What do you think the fire's going to do when it hit wood? It hit plastic. It hit fire, you know, installation.
Grass and trees
Grass
around
and
the house.
all that shit is going up in smoke, man.
I got precepts. This is Jeremiah 4:21. We start at 20. Destruction upon destruction is cried, but the whole land is spoiled. suddenly in my tent spoiled, and my curtains in a moment. And that's what happened to them, man. Like I said this last week, that you may see a forest fire 5 miles away. Guess what happens tomorrow? It comes closer. It comes closer. Where that smoke is on you, then all of a sudden, now you don't have no way of escape because all the roads has been closed, because trees are down that have been burnt by the fire. So how you gonna get out? See? You don't have an ATV, you don't have a dirt bike or something to get you out the way. So you done. Don't think you're gonna get in your SUV and go. It ain't gonna work. It says here, how long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? And this is the mouth of the prophets. How long are you going to wait when you hear the sound of the trumpet? Right? And we in the time of what? You see? For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. Talk about overstanding, understanding. I got overstanding, nothing's over me. Except for the umbrella. Nigga! You know what I'm saying? Everything's over, nigga. Everything. Brother would say, it's the foundation. You don't want to hear that. You said that, right? Look, he tried to give him that jail swag, right? True understanding is the foundation that we got to stand up. Like, man, what are you talking about? You can't even give them that. It says here, Salah, it says, they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Man, if you lock your keys in the car, go ask one of these niggas on the block. They can get it out.
Okay.
They can pick the lock. They wise to do evil, man. That scripture be hopping off the page when I hear it, man.
Yeah.
Because we know niggas. We grew up around. And they wise to do evil, man.
We were once niggas.
That's what I'm about to say. We came out, we were reborn. You know what I'm saying? We new creatures of Yahweh.
Hell yeah.
So we know the dynamic.
Somebody made that video this week talking about, that was a brother in South Carolina. That famous video, that went around talking about how we used to be. How you gonna talk about another man who you think he is, but what about you? We were car thieves. We used to steal rims off cars, breaking people's homes, selling drugs, smoking drugs, pimping women, all types of shit niggas was into, right? Yeah. But this is how you be born again, man.
That process.
And it qualifies us as well because due to the relatability that we had.
Right.
We once were there, and the Lord is showing you through a process, bro. You can be reborn. You can change, bro. It ain't no excuse. We're all, each and every brother, man, that's on this corner, that's living this life in truth and serving the Lord in truth and sincerity, man, are living examples, man. Living witnesses, man. On the mercy of the Lord, the power of the Lord. And having faith in Yahweh Shai and what you can do. And really a healthy fear of the Lord.
If you think about it, this is why what even Adam did going off was necessary. It was supposed to happen, man. Or else we wouldn't have known the mercies of the Heavenly Father. Right. We wouldn't have known the other side to go be wicked and know how to come back from that, man. Right. That whole process. Right. Everything was for is the purpose of this whole thing to come together, man.
And on top of that, just to land back on that understanding is only given to the elect.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So the elect of the nation of Israel, to be more specific. See, and that's a great part of the script. You know what I'm saying? Some people say in the script the hero dies a glorious death. Well, the Israelites, the elect, finds that salvation, man, where no one else can, man. That's a great feat, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 3:12. It says, "Go and proclaim these words towards the north, and say, Return thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and I will not cause my anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep my anger forever."
That mercy, man, that's all we got. Mercy. You know what I mean? We get our glory later. A lot of people a lot of Israelites think they getting their glory now. Oh, I got this and I got that. No, our glory comes later, man. You know, we get rewarded when we get the crown. We don't get our glory before the crown. Go ahead, bro.
Back in Matthew 7, it says, "And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye?
Right.
But considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye?" The fourth verse it says, "Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye?"
Right.
It says, there's more on this. Fifth verse, it says, "Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye."
As soon as you can judge. Yeah. You just gotta make sure that beam not in your eye.
You gotta judge yourself.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture say, examine yourself, whether you be, Yahushua Mashiach, right? At least you be reprobate. So you gotta put yourself underneath the microscope, man. You know, that thorough examination of spirit, mind, body, and then you'll be able to come out here and do this, man.
Right.
That's what's required of us to do.
Now, we're gonna examine this one. Oh, yeah. Pull that out.
Sure.
Jump back in there.
Ultimately, we examine ourselves first before we come out here and, prove our people, because we know what the Lord requires, because it's written in the scriptures.
This is 2 Corinthians 13 in the 5th verse. It says, "Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates?"
That's just hammering more on the point. Like we said, we understand that we're supposed to examine ourselves. We don't come out here just pointing at people and telling them what they can't do, and then we go home and go smoke a J or smoke a cigarette right after. And I seen a video. I pretty sure brother saying when the house that blew up in
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and when I saw that, it made me think of when the Ra'as was telling one of the people that was out here that they shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. And we tell our people that it's not good for them, and then the Ra'as has stated that he thinking he getting away with it, but then he could go home and a butane blow up in his face. And sometimes, as you think about it, some people, what if that was that same guy who left the gas on his stove, went in there to light his last cigarette, and blew up that whole house, in which that was judgment for him, along with the 5, well, I guess he was included with the 5 people that was killed. The 2 people walking the dog, I guess, outside died as well. But
Lord, no fucking play.
it was judgment of the Lord.
Walking these dog and shit. Boom!
That's crazy.
The Lord judgment, we talk about judgment, you know what I mean? Judging. The Lord judge harsh.
Yeah, man.
And this is basically the same judgment that you're supposed to put on yourself, harsh. You got to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not real with yourself, you're pussyfoot, man. You know? And it's going to come down. See? And you don't want that judgment to come down from the Lord. It's best if you do it. You know?
You said secondhand smoke killed people. That was the person that was smoking. That secondhand smoke really killed him, along with the other people that got blew up in the situation.
You can't make this up.
Real quick, this is
He's Alashadja for a reason. Demon-like power. The Lord is not to be fucking played with. And then a lot of people, the scripture say serve him with fear and trembling. Man. We brought the scripture out earlier. Why you sojourn here in fear. Listen, in First Peter, man. You know, he who judges without respect of persons. But the Lord don't give a fuck who you is, what your status is in this world, how much money you got, if you're a little child, if you're a woman, he don't give a fuck about none of that, man. Okay? He gonna put your actions and your mind, your overall mindset on the scales, and if it tip over or to the left, bro, when it's your time, it's your time. You know? And that's what we're out here doing, compelling the people. But these people walk up, people take the mercy of the Lord for granted, right? Just because you able to walk on and continue to do the things that you doing, you think the Lord ain't gonna come see you and visit you. But just know, bro, that clock ticking, bro. And you got your day, you got your time. Oh, this Isaiah 38.
This is a Psalms 130:3. If thou, Lord, shouldest mark iniquities, O Lord, who shall stand? It's a straight verse. I remember the preacher mom made a great point on this Psalms, how like if the Lord were to put you in a room, or not even just the whole world as a whole, if he were to just mark or judge you by your iniquities, who's gonna stand? Like what's gonna happen? Is the Lord even gonna visit you? You know, that's part of that fear too. And that reminds me of another scripture in Isaiah, the 8th chapter, I think it's 8:13, where it mentions that what? It's to sanctify the Lord of hosts himself. You know, let him be your fear, let him be your dread.
Bring that out.
Hey, I got it right here. Hold on. This is I'm gonna read up. This is Isaiah chapter 8. I'm gonna start at 10. It says, "Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand. For the Most High is with us." It says, "For the Lord spake thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, Say ye not a confederacy to all them whom this people shall say a confederacy. Neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling, for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem." And that way, a snare and a gin, that goes into 2/3 of our people, bro. The Lord, that's the scary thing about the Lord, man. Like, bro, he's going to show his mercy, that side of himself, by through what? The deliverance and the saving of that remnant of Israel. But he's going to, that dread and that fear and that overall character that he is, that this world don't really want to touch on and speak on, he's going to show that through 2/3 in the rest of these people that are mainly in Babylon, man. But it's going to be out throughout the entire earth, you know? Even though now there's a media blackout on what's going on back east, you know, Russia, Ukraine, right? It's just serious shit going on over there, man. They not showing it. And then what's brewing up over here right now? Bro, Jake is taking it for granted for too long. And bro, the time is coming. You know, I'm gonna read it again. It says, verse 14, it says, no, 13, "Sanctify the Lord of hosts, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the house of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem." And we the people of the Lord. So if he gonna do his own people like that, how much more the Gentiles? Because the Azza Nala had put that video in the chat earlier this week. You got these heathen trying to sneak up in there and talking about the stranger and how the Lord dealing with, bro, you can dead that, bro. You know? What about if you want to think like that, what about the Egyptians, bro? When the Lord dealt with them, when he delivered us out of there? Okay, what about when we marched around the walls of Jericho? What about the inhabitants in that land, man? Right? What about Sodom? Well, Sodom, right? Since it's a bunch of, obviously these motherfuckers, they some strange ass motherfuckers, some evil motherfuckers. What about them? Okay? So if the Lord is going to deal with them like that, or deal with his own like that, how much more those that are outside of the temple, man? You know, you're going to deal fucking harshly. So that's the point, man. You ask me. That's all, yeah. Yeah, Brian, I always do that, bro.
This is Sirach 5 and 6. I'll start at verse 5. This is concerning, verse 5, this is concerning propitiation. Be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. for mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners.
How can somebody be pacified with your wrongdoing? That don't make sense. That's like you giving a child leeway over and over and over and over and over without no punishment, without no spanking, or whatever you do, or however you discipline your child, over and over. So when they get older, what are they gonna measure up to? Now, I've never gotten a spanking in all my life. And you proud of that? Where's the discipline? No, you're just a spoiled brat. For real. You know Amos 5:15, Baba Bashar.
This is Amos.
Can you grab the script one, Raj?
Chapter 5,
Oh,
verse
Salah.
15.
Yeah, what it is.
It reads, it says, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Yahweh Shai. It says, therefore the Lord, the power of hosts, the Lord saith thus, wailing shall be in all streets, and they shall say in all the highways, alas, alas, and they shall call the husbandmen to mourning, and such are skillful of lamentation and wept to wailing.
Skillful in crying and sighing, man. This is what you're gonna be seeing, man. Choirs out here of crying. Choirs of criers, man. Because of all the things that's going on in America. Right now it's cool. Everything's good. Gravy. See? Thanksgiving dinner. Everything's fine. But when that time comes, right? We told you so. And we're gonna keep telling you so. Go ahead.
And just to put that in perspective,
Yeah.
the elder said, choirs of cries. You ever listen to a choir sing and how it all comes together?
Harmony.
You know?
Yeah.
When you hear it in crying,
Yeah.
multiple people, it's not, oh, that person over there crying,
No,
that person.
no.
Everyone's going to be crying together.
Right.
You got to put things in perspective, have vision, and understand what they're crying for. That's why the scriptures talk about not putting out off from day to day.
Right.
You know, this stuff is important, guys.
This is Amos 5:19. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him,
Oh, I'm good.
or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
Imagine that, man. You running from all type of trouble and everything. You finally get in the house. You like, woo! And then
Man, that was
oh
close.
my
You hear that rattle, that rattlesnake shaking.
God.
It reminded me of that show, The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to bring up that point. I was with the Black Summer was a good
Black
The
Summer.
Walking Dead was good too.
Yo,
That shit was
as
crazy.
soon as you get the rest, here come another goddamn
Yeah.
zombie.
Yeah.
Or here comes another problem. You get your flat fixed, and all of a sudden the check engine like, come on.
Your brakes is fucking.
Or your brakes start squeaking. Oh, nigga just scratched the goddamn whole side of your car and shit. You know what I mean? It just comes in, it just keep coming, man. Like, what the hell is going on, man? Go ahead.
Con, it says, and a serpent bit him.
Right.
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, and even very dark and no brightness in it?
Right, Christians believe that the day of the Lord is going to be all smooth. It's going to be, it's going to be all smooth. We're going to get raptured. The Lord's going to come. We're going to be having wings and a heart.
Yeah, they think that's the guy they expecting that from.
You know, all this fairy tales.
Yeah.
But that's what they see. We see different.
Yeah, you see this.
We see gloominess and clouds. And people mourning because that's what the scriptures say. Go ahead.
It
And
says-
this is before the Lord comes, by the way. Go ahead.
It says, I despise your feast days.
Right.
I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Like, we gonna have feast days coming up, right? We got feast days coming up. Now the wicked got counter feast days. And now we got to deal with that. The Lord ain't dealing with that, man. We got Halloween coming up. We got Thanksgiving coming up. We got Christmas coming up. New Year, 4 months in a row. Back to back to back of wickedness, man. And people getting in, as they say, the spirit of those holidays. Go ahead, bro. That's it?
Yes,
Go ahead.
It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies. It says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them.
Look, a ham, spiral ham, is not a good savor in the Lord's nose, man. But this is what you do. You dress your kids up like goblins and witches. The Lord don't like that. Those are evil spirits, man. Even if you put your baby in an angel suit, it's still wrong. Because you ain't supposed to deal, like what Jeremiah the 10th chapter say, with their feast days, man. Go ahead.
It says, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Yeah, man.
It says, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy lyre.
Hey, that's them Christmas carols.
Yeah, you get that shit.
That shit is annoying, man. You
Carol, the
know?
motherfuckers knocking on your door.
Chestnuts roasting.
Yeah, chestnuts.
Bro, every goddamn store you go into,
Oh my
every
God.
restaurant you go
Yeah, about
into,
Jingle Bells, Rudolph, you know, type of
fucking Mariah Carey sing that shit. Like, Lord, the bottom of the shop, Bob Paul. Go ahead, bro, that man.
This is
Can you grab that Ciroc?
This is Luke 12 and 49. It says, I am come to send fire on the earth.
Right?
And what will I if it be already kindled?
Go ahead.
But it says, but I have a baptism to be baptized with.
Oh, yeah.
And how am I straitened till it be accomplished?
Right?
Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
Right. That's the Lord speaking. Go ahead.
Says, I tell you nay, but rather division.
Right. There's no closeness in that day, man. When the Lord comes, the Lord is coming, right, to divide the people upon party lines. He's dividing people on their doctrines too. Because we see doctrines all over the place where there's gray areas. No, we need 100%. The Lord had 100%, and if He sent His Comforter and the Spirit out, what was that Spirit of truth, man? Did it come with flaws? No, it didn't come with flaws. It came 100%. So this is what we got to give to the people. We can't give them half-baked ideas, man. We got to give them the straight skinny, regardless if they believe it or not, because they already solid. And it's more of them than of the elect. We got 2/3 of our people that's going to die because they don't believe. They wasn't even slaughtered to believe. So what's going to happen in that day, man? There's going to be a lot of broke backs, right? A lot of sore asses, a lot of blood in the streets. You see? And we're looking for the people that don't want this to happen to them, man. We're looking for those who sigh and cry for all the abominations, man, that's done in this place. And speak to the people straightly. Right? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the wedding is being prepared, man. You know, and the seats really have already been filled, man. You know, for those that got that golden ticket,
Right.
all right, which is what the name of the lamb, you know, written in their forehead, man. You know, having this doctrine, having this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding, you know, which is synonymous with the oil. You know, that going into those versions, man. You know, that's going to be found blameless. You know, they're not going to be defiled. But now that process has begun. And like the Ra'ash is saying, but because if you're not going to be partaking within that event, bro, you're going to be on the left hand of the Lord, bro. And get away from me, I never knew thee, and cast them into the lake of fire, essentially, man. All right? And that's if you make it up to the lake of fire, because those who are numbered to the sword are going to be numbered to the sword, to the famine, okay, to the pestilence, okay? The Lord has a tailored a judgment fitted exactly for the individual. And that's a scary thing. I mean, it's over, how many billions of spirits or souls on this planet, okay? How much more in the United States, man? All right? And these things are written within the Holy Scriptures that our people just completely disregard, man, and push to the side. Go ahead, bro.
This is Sirach, excuse me, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. They that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
Yeah, they have abused the ways of the Lord, man. All right, here it is. The Lord is giving you what, man? He's giving first and foremost, he gives you ample amount of time, like we were discussing earlier, the mercy that he shows. But he's given all of the resources. All right, you can breathe. All right, you can eat. And even though all this food is tainted and is corrupt, but nevertheless, you're still able to eat. You're still able to survive, right? You got information readily at your hand, at your palm. Okay, there's no excuses. So since you want to abuse the Lord's ways, all right, you want to take for granted his prophets and his word coming out here, because that's what we're doing. We're telling you what to do, how to live, all according to the scriptures. You smack the hand of the prophet, which in turn you're smacking the hand of the Lord. The Lord is going to deal with your ass. Read it again about the shop.
Then 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. It says, then they shall be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
Yeah, cast them away despitefully, and you're gonna dwell in torment, man. Like we just brought out in that Amos, the day of the Lord. There's darkness and not of light, man. Yahushua said when he come, he's not coming to bring, it's not coming with the Rainbow Coalition. All right, it's not coming to pass out flowers and hugs and go to sit at these G14, G15 summits. Okay, go to the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, and sit down with these people and have a discussion and try to deal with things diplomatically. No, he's coming to. I brought it out early. Give me that in what is it? 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. Did a video on this earlier, man. The Lord is coming to put down all authority and all rule, man. He's coming to wage war in righteousness, man. It's I think it's 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, towards the bottom, and the 24th verse. You have more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let him finish that thing.
Verse 10 it says, for such as in their lives have received benefits and have not known it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's I knew that was coming. The benefits that you receive, and you have not known the very same power that has blessed you, that's giving you all of these things, you completely write off. So go ahead, Raj. Here it is. You wake. Here it is. Even it's a blessing to wake up every day, to breathe. Individuals able to, you're able to see your kids, you're able to see them thrive. Able to see them, have access to certain things, right? And namely Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you completely write that off. They give it to God and God bless me. You always God. You always seeking the Lord, not necessarily seeking the Lord, but through your mouth. Yeah, mouth service. That's the term I was looking for. It's always a mouth service, but your heart or your mind is far away from Him, man.
Right.
Go ahead, bro. The scripture talk about receiving that consolation.
Yes.
But consolation is not the winner.
No, it's the runner-up. and that's what Jake is chasing in this world. The clout, you know what I'm saying? A financial gain. And they set all of that in the seat. It's really idolatry, man. They worship this shit, man. It's just a new age, a new form of worshiping other gods, man. And it's all really centered around self. Thinking all of these physical things or physical gain or financial gain is going to deliver you or liberate you. That only goes but so far. Now, money is a defense, okay? Money, what does it also say? Is solve. That's solve all things, something along those lines. But that's not the end game. You know what I'm saying?
James the fifth chapter talk about can't get money, man.
Yup. Oh, you can get that.
That can't get money, man. That's corrupt.
Yeah, rich is corrupt. See? Because it's blood money. You think about the petrodollar, and first and foremost, when you're dealing with these international bankers, the IMF, and how all of this stuff was established, bro. That's why I said, Dan, you're gonna be found wanting in the scales, man, or in the balance, roughly paraphrasing, because the way that you got it, it wasn't through righteousness. Ill got it, and that's why give me that and hold that and give me when Raj get that. No, he getting James. Give me that in Sirach the 10th chapter.
There's James chapter 5 verse 1. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." It says, "Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten."
Right. It's also talking about the doctrines, man. Really, you holding weight to your doctrine, which is false. How you gonna hold weight to a false doctrine? How you gonna have summits? You talk about summits and people getting together. How you gonna have different points of view and different doctrines meet up at a summit? Or a unity camp?
Yeah, that's heavy. If Satan be divided against himself, how can you stand? It's like you said, the doctrine, bro. Could you walk together except they be agreed?
It seems like they do.
We'll see how long that lasts. Never lasts.
Well, the watch is what I meant, you know. That's an inside joke. Go ahead.
It says,
Go ahead.
this is James chapter 5 verse 3. It says, "Your gold and silver is cankered,
Right.
the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire."
Yeah, because it's actually talking about your riches and your doctrine. You see? And we equate this to money too, because the real money, right, is called rubies and jewels, and golden wedges of Ophir, talking about the men. So it equates to each other. What they call that? Is interchangeable analogy, like comparing?
Because Salaki, I was going to say, just to add to your point too, there's actually videos out there that you could actually look up to where Esau gives away certificates to say how much gold you have, but you can't have it physically. And they have places like that. Actually, that's where Esau stores. Everywhere that Esau stores his gold at is where it's never going to come out of. Because this scripture is actually manifest physically too.
Right.
It's not just a spiritual thing, but of course everything starts spiritual.
You go to your ATM, say if you got $500 in it. It ain't in there. It's a number that's in there.
Yeah.
You know? Now, if you mess up or do something wrong, you may not be able to get that 500 out. You see what I'm saying? You don't have your ID, they don't care.
Right.
So the point is, Bitcoin. You see? It ain't yours until it's in your hand.
You can't just spawn money out of nowhere. How you gonna physically take that out? Your money is not even tangible. Yeah. So it's essentially like you don't even have it in the first place. Because if everybody went to the bank right now and try to take out their money, there would be an uproar. They can't pull out and extract that much money. They don't even keep that much money in the fucking bank.
Right. They call that a run on the bank.
Come on, bro.
You can't run on the bank like that. If everybody say, I want all my money, everybody on the block, get your money out the bank, the bank will close and lock its doors.
And they gonna close the next bank after that, and the other one, and the other one.
Right.
We ain't got nothing for you.
We ain't got shit.
See that? So it ain't yours until it's in your hand.
Right.
This is why we work. We work because we want to have it in our hand eventually.
Right. It's like it. Even the parable of the penny.
Yeah.
The master what's it called? The Lord gave them the actual penny.
Right.
In this place, we get merits. That's what the fuck this shit is. It's just merits.
Credits.
That's what it is.
The fuck? Just points.
A fiat currency. Because at one point in time, you weren't able to get a certificate, or your dollar was essentially a
Portion of gold.
gold standard. Yeah, you were able to go cash that basically IOU in to get your physical gold. But all of that was, they canceled that shit off. You think who you dealing with? The devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You know, and it's going to even go further. It's going to go further. Well, it's actually already have gone further. We already did. You know, them about to, you know, them rolling out the MOTB and them ultimately having, you know, control over everything. You know, that's essentially what they want. It's a lot.
This is James chapter 5, verse 3. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
Yeah, man. That's what you thought you did. You see? You thought you reaped up and what they call that? Prep. You prepped all your money. You put your money in a jar. You got your food already. All of these things is riches to you.
Yep.
But it says it's going to be cankered in the last days. You know, just like the greatest example is in the wilderness. When people were storing up, right? They were storing up for the next day, but the Lord said, don't store up, man. He's going to provide for you that day. And what happened? Worms was eating worms was eating the manna.
Oh.
Yep.
Bro, I just brought that out yesterday too. Yeah, because man, that's so spiritual that you're bringing that out. Because I actually brought that out in the testimony. But that's the same. It's the same concept with us, man. The same concept goes with Esau. You're not gonna be able to take everything that you have tangibly with you into slavery. It's not gonna fucking happen. That's not what a slave is. A slave doesn't own anything. Okay? And that's part of the reason why when the Heavenly Father allows us to usurp authority over this place by way of the ushering in of Yahushua HaMashiach. Man, everything that's Esau is either gonna be burned or it's gonna be refined.
Oh no, that's why it's saying, read that in Sirach 10, just on that point. Sirach 10, Proverbs 11:3. Go ahead.
Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So that's it, right there. The riches there is going to be a translation of riches. And that's going to come in, not only is going to be tangible, it's going to be gold and silver. It's going to be in a form of people. We're going to inherit land, we're going to inherit the animals and everything on the land. Matter of fact, you can get that, grab that in Psalms, I think it's the first or second chapter, because remember we're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua. And understand what that means. We're going to be inheritance of the kingdom. We're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of our kingdom. Right? Go ahead and get, you know what I want, right? Yeah, exactly.
This is Psalms 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
That's right. And this is speaking, and this is being spoken directly to Yahushua. He said, wait, and did you get down to let the enemies be a footstool? Oh, hold on, it should be in the same, read up. Hold on. Start at the top.
Got some more juice on
Go ahead,
that.
read that at the top. It's been a while.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage? And the people imagine a vain thing. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord.
That's right.
It says, and against his anointed.
If I can speak on that, we were just watching that the news. What's it called? I forgot which news it was, but that was you had them of West Africa.
Yeah.
Liberia. Liberia. I forgot how Jake said that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, these niggas are fucking damn tight with America, man. Yo, they about sick of American shit. You coming over here, you're colonizing us and trying to change our currency to conform to what? Yo, they sick of American shit, bro.
One of the generals in Africa, I forget where he was. They was actually, they had a fucking a fucking stadium full of I don't know if they may have been Jake. I never it be Ham or Jake, but they basically was chanting. They got the goddamn John Cena song playing. Like we ain't taking this shit from America no more, man.
Bro.
You know, and they're looking to be liberated and free from from basically the fucking slavery that they got. Man.
Exactly.
Corruption. Shit. Like, go ahead,
Not so like it, Sharp, because one of the things that he pointed out when he was like, America comes over here and they colonize us and they don't actually fix problems. He's like, all they do is just indoctrinate us with what the hell. I'm summarizing what he said. I forgot who it was specifically. But basically the general was like, he was like, they came over here and they just indoctrinate us with their philosophy opposed to actually helping. He was like,
take the resources.
You got it.
No, I was just they snatch up the resources, right? Then you say, come in and indoctrinate and pray impregnate the minds of the rulers. And Richard, really, it's a term, bro. It's a coup d'etat. Or it's another term. They go in and they set up their own personal leaders and pretend like they basically a part of those people. And they look like them, be the same nationality, but ultimately they be turncoats. You know? People that have gone against the true way of their own people just to get a bag. And they set them people up as basically as a goddamn fall guy and to push whatever narrative that they want to push, right? And to be able to be a goddamn leech, a parasite to that whatever nation they're doing that to, you know? So the Lord is a lot.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, and this is all setting up. So at the end of the day, the light is being shined on the individuals that are doing this.
Yep.
Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, right? He's gone across the world, raped, robbed, and murdered, right? And now we're living in an age where knowledge has been increased. So now everybody's able to see these things, okay? But more importantly, the Bible prophesied of this individual and what he would be doing, or what he will be doing. What is that? He need to keep it at home. Go get what you gonna get.
Yeah, that's Habakkuk.
Yeah. Yeah, get the proxy. Yeah, that's the word. I was thinking about Yeah, so another a ruler setting up an officer in another province, you know, and having him push the overall agenda, right? But the way that they're doing it now is they're strategic. He the devil. You know, thou, wiser than Daniel. You know, the Lord is giving this goddamn devil some the Lord is giving this devil some wit, you know. But all of that is being confounded. All of that is being found out because he got his prophets, his servants on the scene exposing it, man. And as well, when it talks about it, so I always bring that scripture, Psalm. We can go back to.
You see that in recent days. You see that in down in Colombia. South,
oh yeah,
Chavez, right?
Like
set up the wicked rule.
Yup.
But it was really United States.
Yeah.
You got Noriega down in Panama.
Yup.
Right.
Yep.
They tried to do Chavez down in Cuba, but it backfired on them.
Who was it? Who was not us? Damn, what is he? Was in the East, bro. Not Bin Laden. Ross, you know. Yeah, he was the general, bro. He was setting up the gold. He was in the making of making the gold currency over there in Africa.
I know exactly.
Bro, he looked like Gaddafi. It was Gaddafi. They did the same thing to him. Buried his ass. Yeah, I know because he looked like my goddamn uncle. But yeah, right.
But they set up all these leaders. They really economic hitmen.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's another series.
Yep.
The economic hitman.
Economic hitman will go into their country and just wear them down from the inside.
Yep. Because we actually talked about that. We talked about how fundamental and how important the economic aspect of every land is. Because once you control the economy, or once you can either collapse it or bring it up,
right.
that will allow what's it called? That would determine the societal construct.
Yes.
Because everything is built off economic.
Like Chavez in Colombia, they was getting residue. The citizens was getting kickback dividend from the oil that he sold, man. And if y'all seen all these Citgos, you seen the gas station called Citgo in America? Citgo was Chavez shit, man. That was his gas, you know. And you seen them in 7-Eleven. All down in Prince William County, you see Citgo.
Yep.
But the point is, that was Chavez, so when they got Chavez out, now all the Citgos are gone.
Yep. Now they ain't getting that money.
Now they ain't getting that money. Now Russia came over there and it was all messed up. Basically, they became economic hitmen to Chavez, got them out. And now the people are poor. They was getting food from out garbage cans, man, not too long ago.
Bro, this is Harry Kissinger. It says who it's a quote. Who controls the food supply, controls the people, who controls the energy, control whole continents.
Yep.
Who controls the money can control the world.
That's it.
These individuals, bro, they know what they're doing, man. And that's how you know. You see, you gonna know a man by the words that he's speaking, man. you know. And these are influential people that are sitting in high seats, man, that are rubbing shoulders with the 1%, right? And now they've been exposed, man. The whole Illuminati, the New World Order, they're setting all of this stuff up in play, and the Lord is going to allow them to do it up until a certain point. Man, you can get that in Job. He set his bounds that he cannot pass.
That's why James, the 5th chapter, is twofold.
God.
Because those rich men think, well, we good. We got all the gold. We got all the oil. Shit,
Oh,
it's
still
all
hold that 1
North
Corinthians
East,
15
man.
too.
It's all king.
But you can get that first. But go ahead and get that.
This is Proverbs chapter 11 verse 4. It says,
sir.
riches profit not
Yes, sir.
in the day of wrath,
That's right.
but righteousness delivereth from death.
That's right. Well, you think the Lord gonna pull up? They think the Lord gonna pull up and you gonna have some pesos for the Lord?
yeah.
Hey, let me
make
go
this up
ahead,
real
like
quick.
you do everybody else.
much is
Because
the
you got, listen, this is the thing with Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. The hush money, you think that, and it's that's what what is the scripture? A gift destroyeth the heart. But they think they can pay off everybody, man. They think everybody will take the bag and really which will be, which that really shows what type of character that the individual is, the lack of honor, the lack of integrity, the lack of virtue, that you're willing to be a goddamn fucking reprobate for a goddamn couple dollars.
Yep.
Okay? For elements. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
Well, they did that same shit to when we talked about Judas and the Black
Yeah,
Messiah.
that nigga-
Fred
yeah.
Hampton.
Yep.
I forgot the what's it called, the turncoat's name. But then he offed himself after that shit, man.
he
Because
do.
it's the morale behind the shit, bro.
Yep.
Esau just hit you off with it's the same thing. Like, how do you say they got those proxies? Plant certain individuals in different countries, try to set them up.
Go ahead.
Lo and behold, behind the scenes, they just getting paid for some shit. Just like fucking Judas, man.
They did. Oh, going back into the Greeks.
Shit
Right?
crazy.
You get into first Maccabees, second Maccabees, when the Greeks were coming into power, you had our nation fucking turned, bro. You know?
It's ridiculous, yo.
Because they were afraid, man. Because they seen these people coming up into power, and they like, hey man, let's go ahead and sit down with these people and break bread with them, and we gonna be all right.
Yeah.
But the Lord fucking despises you niggas, man.
Yeah.
Even in modern day, amongst that, because this is primarily to the nation of Israel, man. We know how Edom get down. But you goddamn niggas, man. You different, you entertainers, you rappers, you singers, you movie stars, whatever you may be within this world, like you said, you receive your consolation.
Yeah.
You receive your running up prize, all right? Going behind the scenes, doing all manners of wickedness, right? Promoting these people's agenda, right? You know, they big this whole effeminizing men, this whole, you know, this thing on this trend, this about us being sodomites and all that shit, pushing that vibration on the people. Niggas, grown ass men painting their fingernails.
Shit crazy.
Niggas wearing barrettes in their hair and shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
The hell is wrong? You got our women, oh my lord, they're the goddamn worst. You know?
Singing about their wet ass.
Bro, that's all they got.
Damn.
Wow, that's all they got.
That's it?
And then they just turn around and shake that ass. And is that it?
Yeah, right.
Is that all? What else can you do?
And the record company said, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
I've been Jake in the gym
It's
yesterday.
gonna be a hit.
Talking about pound time.
Talking about, I don't even want to say that
damn.
shit, so I'm not.
For real.
Listen, bro. Look, when I'm at the gym yesterday, that shit come on. I'm like, you listening? I'm like, bro, like
Hold the fuck up.
they gonna shut up. Bro, like I'm gonna screw somebody. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. But all that shit is doing, the influence that's doing is just bringing a spirit of repo. That shit is making our people fucking bugged out, man. And you gonna fucking be dealt with. Go ahead, brother.
This is Proverbs chapter 11 verse 4. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath,
Yeah.
but righteousness delivereth from death.
That's right. Righteousness delivered from death. Okay? Not these riches, man. These riches are elements. They're going to be melted. But when salvation comes, when the Lord pull up, you ain't not even taking these bodies with us, man. We're gonna be changed in the twinkling of an eye. What you think you're gonna take bro? That's how the Egyptians get down, and it's super spiritual that Egyptians move like that. And you go, that's why they dig it. That's why they had something called a tomb raider, okay, or a robber, because they knew that these ancient pharaohs, these ancient kings, would bury themselves with the money, with the gold, with the costly things, and they think that they were taking that shit into the ancient world. But nah, all you doing was just saving that shit for the nigga to come behind you and to take all that. And who's the biggest thief?
how can gold go into the spiritual world?
The goddamn right. These motherfuckers goofy as hell. How can you take them? And here's the thing, like you said, when you go to these British museums, you see you gotta pay to come in and see everybody else's culture and what they had in their time.
This shit is crazy.
This shit crazy. And everybody just sitting there like, oh, wow, this is crazy. And not even considering, like, hold on, bro, y'all just ransack all, bro, they taking dead bodies out of the ground, bro. Popping open tombs like, yeah, we about to put this nigga, we
Put 'em on display.
we about to put this dead body on display. We got a real mummy, fam. We about to take you, bro. They went on a tour with goddamn mummies. Got a goddamn 1,000-year-old body sitting in the museum, and everybody want to go in there and look at it. Our people goofy as hell. It ain't even our people, bro. It's all these fucking people, bro. Go ahead and finish what you got, bro. And then we gonna go back.
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Yeah, King Tut was on tour.
Yeah, that nigga was on tour. What the hell, bro?
He's two-fingered.
Yeah, like they going into his vocal cords, telling you how he used to sound and shit, bro. And everybody's like, wow, like, bro, imagine somebody digging you up, bro. 1,000 years later, how would you feel about that, bro? Let that man be. He not there no more.
And you going on tour.
Man, you going on tour. And he's like you said, who's doing this shit? The self-proclaimed white man.
Memphis,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Running it up. Bro, you seen that scene? The scene on Scarface when he met with it, he met with the Colombian plug. You see, he finally got on and they on the phone and shit. They playing the music and they showing the money. That's Esau, bro. Digging up this shit, doing what he's doing, man. Cause he profiting off of you niggas, man. But none of that is gonna deliver you in the day of wrath, man. In the day of destruction. Go ahead, bro.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 5, it says, the righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
And by his own wickedness. So the righteous of the, read that again, about
You seen that with Haman?
Oh, man.
His
ass got that in.
Yeah, building them gallows. Now y'all getting your goofy ass on the gallows now.
They built the missiles.
Stupid.
Building the missiles, yeah.
And then that's gonna be what's gonna destroy you and your shit. Bro, the Lord, oh, you lie, how about Shimi Shah, man? Come on, man, you can't make this up. Go ahead, bro.
This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
That's right, your own. Because that's why in the Sirach, your own, bro, go back to Sirach 10 right quick, just to land back on that, but to get the origins of pride, because that's what, if you're going, yeah, hold that.
I got you.
If you're going by your own will and your own way, that's basically you saying I have no authority and no power above you. I'm gonna do
That nigga said down there, man.
I overstand. Bro, go sit down somewhere, man. Yo, silly ass. It says the prophet pride is
You know the
beginning.
scriptures say what it say? It say he go around and establish his own
righteousness. Yeah, kind of.
That means you don't have no power over you, man. You doing your thing. You know?
That's right. Read that for
This is Sirach 10, verse 12. It says the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Lord, and his heart is turned away from his maker.
Right.
For pride, 13th verse, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination.
And that's exactly why the wicked are going to fall. But in the scripture that the Shah just read, man. Okay? And why the righteous path is going to be directed, because the law, bro, the light, it says the law is a light to the path. Let me just grab that right quick, bro. Yeah, it's in Psalms. No, this one it may be, but I know the one. Let me see. Law, light. Oh shit. Bear with me. About to be shot. Law, light to the feet. Yeah. God dang. Read that again, one shot. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. It's right here. I got it. It says Proverbs 6:23, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Read that about the shot again, what you just read.
This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way.
Right. So the read that top again. About the shot.
This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way.
The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way. How? Like we just read, the law of the Lord, that's a light for our path, so we can navigate and get through, which that's synonymous with the vision as well, right? The vision going into the prophecies. The what the spirit of prophecy is who? Yahweh Shai, which is synonymous with the light. Like, bro, it all ties together, man.
It's easy to see.
Bro.
Okay, if I don't eat this crab, shrimp, lobster, pork,
Wow.
all this, then I'll be more healthy.
Wow.
My life will go further. Bro, it all makes sense.
Bro,
It all makes sense,
Come on.
bro. If I don't fuck with this man's woman, I'm less likely to build an enemy that's willing to kill me.
Right.
Bro, it all fucking makes sense.
Yeah, man.
come on.
As long as I'm following the laws of the Lord, I'm preserving my life.
Come on,
It
man.
makes sense.
Come on, baby.
And just bring this information out too. That nigga that got smoked last year, FBG Duck, there was some more information that got brought out that he was fucking with somebody DM.
See?
And then nigga, that's when he called the hit, and that's when he came. Them boys came and they
You
hit
see,
him, bro.
bro, it's everybody that hateth me, loveth
Yeah,
death.
that's it.
Understand, like what the Shah just said, it all makes sense because when you do go to application, I always have to say it in my precepts, echoing it. The application of these precepts are profitable.
Absolutely.
We're seeing these things add up in real time.
Absolutely.
It's like, okay, we move like this. Bro, it's peace.
Ain't no problem.
Yarash Shalom, the city of peace. And when you start doing all that nigga shit, all that wicked shit, then you got a certain spirits that's on your ass.
Yeah.
Niggas looking ready to hunt you down and gun you down because of the lifestyle that you're living, because you're not following the ways of the Lord.
Another example is taking correction.
Yeah,
As youngins raised by our mothers, they got emotion, they don't want to listen. Oh, baby, that's how you feel, you don't gotta move like that. Nah, but if a man that's a wise man is telling you don't do this or do that, and you actually listen, okay, damn, I just picked up a skill,
Yup.
you know?
Yeah, bro. Yep. The whole concept of apprenticeship, you know, coming up underneath of a man that's learned in a craft, man. That's, you know, he's wise within that field or area of work. So you come up under him and learn from him, and he'll put you on game.
And that knowledge can never be taken from
Yep, that's right, bro. And then that man, and then there's an honor and a reverence to that elder. Essentially, is what it is, you know. And that's how, and all that applies within the spirit, man, within the body. You know, it's a blessing to have that, to be able to, for the Lord to gift you and put you in a position where somebody is showing you the way. Come on, man. It's all mercy at the end of the day, man. You know, and we need that much more in this season of time we living in, bro, because it's about to get shit like the elders going into, like the brothers been speaking on. We're in that season where judgment is being poured out, and it's gonna start being poured out a lot more, man.
Bro, we 3 years away from 2020, but 2020 was a good example as to how things can crumble.
Yeah,
Just like that.
it's like that.
I remember the week before the shutdown, everything was normal as fuck. It was normal as fuck. No mask, no nothing. The next thing you know, hey yo, they just put out an alert. It's Omicron, but it's something.
Where is it at? You know, the state?
Nah.
I was looking at something in Florida. They
That
was
shit
saying.
is right in Fort Detrick, Maryland. That's where that shit is.
That's why I got an alert.
Oh, shit.
But it shows you though. But it shows you.
No, all of the diseases is right here in Fort Detrick, man. You know, that's the science complex where they house the most. You ever see that movie Outbreak?
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman. In the beginning of the movie, they show you the levels that the different levels, what's there, Ebola, and then it went to the deepest part. That's where the damn outbreak came from, the deepest part, and that was Fort Detrick. Listen to what I'm saying. These diseases is already here. What happens is they allow it to escape, man. They allow it to escape. The niggas took the 19 over to Wuhan, then all of a sudden Wuhan had an outbreak. You know? And we got to say disclaimer, because, you know, this ain't misinformation. This is what has been reported on the news. Y'all people don't understand what's going on. they need these diseases, they need these outbreaks for control purposes.
Very much.
So just like we have a disease on us, it's called the curses, where we need Yahweh Shah. Esau has the same thing. He's thinking carnally though. You see? And where we need him. You see? And he puts us in these situations where we say, damn, help us, Esau. I know you got the answer.
Right. Now, on the flip side, see, in 2020, everybody was so anxious to get back outside, so they were willing to take that juice.
Some of us
Now you got a lot of scientists and a lot of whistleblowers out there saying that he knows more people who died of the juice rather than the C19 anyway. Showing you, what are we gonna do now? Disclaimer. But what are we gonna do now when the new thing goes back up? And everybody get back on clocked off. Everybody get back on the lockdowns and everything. How you gonna act now? It shows you that we knocking at the door where salvation is truly gonna be needed. You know? And the one thing that makes sense that they're gonna try to get you out of all of your troubles is to see it. That's the one thing that they got in their pocket that's going to solve all the problems.
You can switch your genes and your genetic makeup with
Right. We don't need to find your blood type to get you more blood now. This is telling everything.
Pressure from below, pressure from above, the Hegelian dialectic. It's a problem, action, solution.
Yeah, the C-hip makes
That's what's going to be.
yeah, it makes more sense than just the financial economy, man.
It's more.
It goes way deeper than that, man. That's why let's not forget about the children being taken.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, they're gonna be utilizing. Yeah, hell
Whatever
yeah.
that shit called.
It's really that's a marketing tactic.
But it's all happening.
Yeah.
It's all happening. We all in the mix of
Yeah,
it, man.
Yeah, that's what you call reverse marketing.
yeah.
So there's ways for you to market yourself by saying that, like if you say on a post like this is the worst t-shirt ever created, people are gonna dig into it. It's the same concept. Esau did the same thing of marketing the chip, because if you watch that movie, which I highly suggest brothers watch that movie, in the midst of that movie, he said, "Here, take this." And he gave him a device that was closely related to the micro C-hip, man. And then he went into that forest and he came back. They knew he was coming back because they seen on that goddamn dot, that red dot on that little pad, that he was coming back, man. Same concept. They're gonna do the same thing. But now Esau, he has a universal device that can not only track you, but it can also track all of your internal specifications. And that's when he gonna use that, just like the Shard said, he gonna use that when that goddamn Omicron, I don't know what else to call it. The Humarion, when that thing come out, man. That little something come out. You know what I mean?
Hey bro, get there. We're not ignorant of Satan. That's why, bro, the Lord has got us out here, and the Spirit is on us to tell you what we're telling you, man. I mean, don't take this for granted, okay? Don't take what the Spirit being put on our apostles and the elders and the men on down and been out here fervently, man, bringing this out. And it's been getting clearer and clearer day by day, all right? The Lord has exposed these. The Lord has shed the light on all of this stuff, man. And now we can see. Bro,
We're the watchmen, like what Apostle Tahar said in one of his latest videos. We're the watchmen for the DMV.
Yeah.
You know, that's how the elder knew exactly where it was at. And this is why we get an alert for it. They're not gonna get an alert for it in LA.
Nah.
And that's why we know what's going on in LA. Because those brothers are reporting on it. The Lord is letting you know that this place is crumbling.
We out here with we sound.
We sounded the Lord.
What is it?
It's the blowing of the trumpets, man.
We're sounding the alarm.
This is how you do it.
Get ready.
You get ready. A full blitz coming, baby. You know? Go, what you have here?
Quick one, this Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4, it says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him, lifted up, Salah." This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch. I will set me upon thee, Salah. I will set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me when I shall answer when I am reproved. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Bro, this is a complex book. The way brother's been breaking it down, even last week, because I was edified watching the camp last week. What we're talking about now, we're making it plain upon tables to you, man.
The mind, man. Tables.
You open up this book as a normal person, it's not going to speak to you the way we're telling you this is what it's saying.
Yeah, because Israel, they start reading the Bible, they get headaches. They fall asleep. You know what I mean?
Reader's block.
Yeah, all of a sudden, they don't understand the old English, you know. But no matter what translation that it comes in, you can read it in a plain English standard, and they still won't get it. So it ain't, don't say it's a language barrier or translation barrier. It's a Yahweh Shai Yahweh Shai and Isaiah. It's blocking your understanding of plain word.
Oh, we made it.
Plain upon table word. Go ahead.
Make the what did we read earlier? To make a stumbling block, and then they make it a
Block
gin.
of offense.
Yeah, and a gin unto the nation of Israel. This is this, bro. That's that reads block of right. You know, what bros is speaking on that Isaiah 9 and 6, man. The angels standing right beside you, like, nah, you ain't gonna get it.
Putting cotton in your
Yeah,
ear.
like, right, let me stuff
Stuff
it.
it.
Cause you ain't gonna receive. You
You're
got
not
something
getting
else. Your lot, you got somewhere else to be.
You looking somewhere.
Yeah,
In the meantime, the prophets of the Lord is doing what we were told. And they said, write the vision and make it plain upon tape. And this is what we're doing.
Why? Read on.
Yep. Verse. This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time,
That's why.
but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
And it
At the
will.
end.
It will.
it's loud too.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
That book is over 2,000 years old. We need
word.
something new.
And what's that? Where's the promise of his coming?
Yeah.
Jake been saying that.
But look at it, how all these people, they were shaking up in 2020. We in 2023. 3 years later, they back to their old ways, man.
Yep.
You see?
I forgot.
They forgot, but guess what? It's taking a little time, it seems to be, to these people. But guess what? It's right here, man. Your trouble is right here. It's called Jacob's trouble. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This trouble that's coming up to this place is for you. And we out here telling you plainly, easily.
That's why you gotta read that Daniel 12. Because Michael is going to fight for you in that time because it's like no other time.
Right.
But I hear Israelite groups talking about we're already in Jacob's trouble. Yes, we troubled on every side, but not like Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is a specific chapter in this thing called life. This ain't no ordinary trouble. This is a special trouble where the archangel have to come and fight for us, man. This is totally different. You see? But if you keep smoothing over these things with the people say, I can handle it. Mark of the beast is a thought. I can handle it. You see? This is what's going to happen. When you smooth over these prophecies, right? Bring the niceties out. They don't understand that when the real wrath come down, it's going to be harsh. It ain't going to be easy as a mere change of thought.
Yeah. Like you can just get out here
And think differently.
and make a change.
Hey, bro, it's been some scary, crazy, unthinkable things that's been recorded. It said,
Yeah, bro.
unlike ever was before.
Read that. Read that.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And at that time
Right.
shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
That's why it says at that time, which means it's like no other time. At this specific time, this is going to happen. Go ahead.
It says, and there shall be a time of trouble,
Right.
such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time.
Which is going to surpass 1492. It's going to surpass the 16, 17, and 1800s.
Say, bro, this ain't never happened before.
It's going to surpass that. So don't say we living in Jacob's trouble today. We are surrounded on all sides, yes, but this is a different type time where it's never been seen before. The Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, the Medo-Persian, the Babylonians, even Antiochus.
Like ancient war?
Ancient time.
Yeah, like I was watching what was that Russell Crowe when he was fighting in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
I was watching that, bro, and I forget the name of the movie. It's slipped out of my mind.
Yeah.
But just when they were in that arena, bro, and bro, that shit was brutal. We talking about shield, buckler, sword, chopping off, and that shit was brutal. Blood all over the fucking place. And you telling me it's gonna be worse than that? What the Spaniards did when they touched down over with Esau, even when they did what they did to Northern Kingdom?
Hey, when you look at the Roman Coliseum, right? All you see is the skeleton of the underneath what they was fighting on, right? Underneath was cages full of lions.
Beast. They showed they was in the movie. They was letting them when they was out there fighting and shit. A sub-4 pop up a goddamn tiger come out.
Yeah.
Come over. Oh,
Yeah.
King. That shit
Yeah.
was crazy, bro. That go back to the scripture you brought out in Amos 5, man. You know. That
Those
shit-
was underground cages, and they had trap doors to open to let the lions out, where they never fed these lions, and you had to fight them with a shield, fight them with a sword, or fight them barehanded. You had to use a chain that you was on to wrap around his ass neck. You didn't have a weapon, but that's how they thought about you because it was all games to the Romans. But Daniel was talking about a time that surpassed that. You can't even imagine what it's going to be like.
Oh, it's called Gladiator. That's what it's called.
Gladiator.
That's a
You
heavy
had to be
movie.
ruthless, man.
Yeah, that shit was fucking game.
There was another movie called Pompeii. They showed
Pompeii.
a little of that in the stadium where they was fighting each other. Yo, I'm telling you, it's going. This is like no other time. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. This is, I started from the top. This Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince,
Yep.
which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Why? Because the Lord is going to fight for us, man. That angel was sent by the Lord to help the children of thy people, man. We can't get out us. We don't have the means. We don't have the means. No firepower, no tanks. We have nothing to fight for ourselves, man. For real.
Give me Psalms 17 and 13.
I don't care how many pea shooters
That's
you
17
got.
and 13.
I don't care how much armor.
Rocket.
You've been to Bass
Right,
Pro
you got-
Shop.
how many flicks you got?
You've been to Bass Pro Shop. You think you got some artillery?
Yeah.
You went to Dick's and got a little MP.
Look at the little holster to go
You
with
know,
it.
MP15. You think you got something?
Yeah, bro.
I got a chopper. Yo, you ain't got nothing compared to what's going to go down.
Jeremiah 30 and 7.
Yeah, he was so key. Can you grab this real quick? Just based upon the garage, get that, and then go to the shop.
Psalm 17, And verse 13, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Which is thy sword. This devil was created to administer ass whippings for Israel, man.
Yeah, man.
So the only way to escape this goddamn devil is to have that hedge of protection around you in that day. Those that the angels of the Lord encamp around them that fear him, man.
It's like that nigga, the Terminator, who made himself out of goddamn weapons, man, out of steel weapons. Terminator 2. He'll change himself into a fucking sword or whatever. That nigga, yo, you couldn't beat that dude.
Yeah,
And this is
right.
what he made Esau like.
And that's crazy with John Connor, who he had with him. You know, it was you know, he had protection with him. But you thought he was gonna stand against that motherfucker? Hell no. You know, even Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't stand against his ass. But go back to Jeremiah 30.
Jake got it twisted. They think Esau is like disobeying the Heavenly
Nah,
Father. Like
fam.
we
Yeah, right.
No, they're listening. They're on point. And guess what? And he told them to hate us.
These niggas go all out when it comes to hunting people.
Oh man.
Talk about trap doors,
Yeah, that shit is sport.
disguises.
Yeah.
This nigga jump out the fucking forest and
Yeah.
you be like, damn, what the hell? I thought it was a trick. No, this Esau ass painted like a trick.
Remember that shit on Predator? Remember we the first Predator?
Jumped out that motherfucker. You ain't never see him coming, man.
Yeah, Tech is on a whole other level now.
Oh, man.
They got cloaks, they got invisibility cloaks, they got exoskeletons, they got these super soldiers, or they got particle beams, right? Taking lasers, hitting your ass from satellites and shit. Bro, this ain't no game. This is
Hey,
the
bro,
sword of the Lord.
They got a little. They show you that on the show Scandal. That ain't been out in years, but they got like a little needle. You can walk past, tap you, and you're dead
Yeah.
within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Play games
That's
if you want.
crazy.
Jeremiah 30.
Jeremiah 30, verse 5.
Yeah, they use it.
Jeremiah 30, verse 5. For thus said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace.
Right.
Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Oh, Jeremiah is, but you gotta remember, he's seeing a vision right now. And he can see, he's seeing the time that we're about to come into. He's seeing grown ass men with their hands on their loins, screaming like women. What would make a grown ass man scream like they're a woman, bro?
Seriously.
Like you gotta think. Go ahead, bro.
At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob.
Hey, go back to that last verse. Yeah,
Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hand on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
all faces are turned into paleness. If you actually look at these people out here, they just living their married life. Everything is good, man. But it says all faces. Quick piece of this is Sirach 11:25. It says, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction.
Yeah, man.
And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. These days that they're living right now is not even going to be considered when this hell is coming upon our people, man. They not even going to remember this type of thing. You see? It says these all faces going to be in paleness. Think about that. You're going to be thirsty, hungry, scared. Like the elder said, you're going to be shook. The way of the world that you have always known it is not going to be like that. Why? You look like Takeoff.
Oh
That nigga
shit,
took
bro. No, I was gonna say, bro. Remember, I don't know if I got food. This is some years back, bro. I got food. I don't know if it was food poisoning or whatever. I got sick, but I remember my children's grandmother. I remember her seeing me, like, 'cause I was downstairs, bro. I wasn't eating. I was just throwing up. She's like, "You look pale. You lost all your color."
Yeah.
From the level of how sick I was, man.
Yeah.
And that's what that paleness represents as well, just to add on to the point. It's going to be a level of, when it comes to pestilence, right, the diseases, bro, that shit is going to be running rampant out here, man.
They stress and kill you.
Hell yeah, bro.
People will be stressed the fuck out, man. You're not going to know when you're going to be able to eat.
Bro.
You're going to be wishing for the world to be no more again, but you're not going to know when that stuff is going to happen. You know? You're going to be stressed the hell out, man. That's going to be killing you. And that's, you're going to look pale. Just finish that one last thing.
At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
But that's our point. That's why we can come out here and talk about it, man.
Don't forget about that.
You know? Because that's why we're fighting for the Heavenly Father, man. We putting on for Yahweh Shem Shai. So in that day, we're gonna be like, hey, remember me? You know? Like when Abraham was pleading for life.
Yeah, man.
You know? We got it, man.
And it's gonna be Yahweh Shai, man. It's gonna be Yahweh Shai is making that intercession, man. He's that go-between, so he gonna make look, he did, he was out there, so what
That was out there.
It was, and the Lord, that's the Lord's will, man.
This is I got you. This 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 11. It says, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
After death by pain, man. Because you loathe the law of the Lord. Here it is. You got the opportunity to come up here. Bro, every single Saturday, when I saw with our elders, they've been coming out here, seeing Jake do the same thing. Every Saturday, walk right past, look, hear exactly what we said, and keep on moving on, right? Keep on moving on, boys.
They said they loathed his law while they yet had liberty, while they had time, right? So basically, if you come out here and you do the work, you actually sacrifice your time. It just comes with the territory, man. You see? So why wouldn't he say in that day, my faithful servant, come with me? See what I mean? Because you put in time, man. If you're not getting nothing out, say if you had an idea of building a house, and you never put time in to build the house, what the hell are you going to live in? You see? You got to put in time to live in a house, man. You got to put in that work. The Lord is only saying, sacrifice the time that I'm giving you, right? While the evil come not near. Then when the evil come near you, now you know what tower to go into, because it's already built for you, man. Could you get Amos, 2nd chapter real quick? Amos 2 starts the first verse. Real simple. Amos 2:1. Baba Kashab. Go ahead.
This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. It says, let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest,
right,
lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
Exactly. It just reiterates the point. Amos, you got it? 2:1.
Amos chapter 2, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Moab, and for 4.
No, Amos. What's Amos? Amos 2? I may be thinking of Joel 2. Joel 2.
Go ahead. Fine. This is 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Yeah.
For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail.
Joel 2. What it say? What it say? Yeah, that's the one.
Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion,
Right.
and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right, we sounding the alarm, man. This is what it is. Danger is coming. Danger. Like, well, that's mystical. Watch yourself. Danger. Right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Let all the inhabitants shall the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Yeah, it's right here, bro. It's happening. It's going on. It's being talked about. Wars and rumors of wars. Earthquakes in diverse places. We can read Matthew the 24th chapter. You see? Go ahead.
A day of darkness and of gloominess.
Right,
A day of clouds and of thick darkness.
right.
As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like.
That's the point. That is never had. Read that again.
From the top.
No, that last.
A great people and a strong,
Right.
there have not been ever the like.
Never ever like what's going down. Never ever have this been going on. Yeah, we've had problems, right? But not like what's getting ready to go down, bro. You got to understand that what times you living in.
Yeah, man.
People are trying to build their careers in 2023. When 2024 could be the end of your career. So you're working hard for nothing. You're building houses that's going to be brought down to the ground. You're wasting time.
Oh man, exactly.
The time is short. You see? Go ahead.
Neither shall be any more after it.
Right. There's no more going to be like what America has been done to us. We living in America is the combination of all the past wicked rulerships in one.
Melting pot.
And we didn't even get to the height of his wickedness yet. Like I said, Antiochus, Pharaoh, Nebuchadnezzar, Antiochus, the Greeks, the Romans. We've never seen the height like in combination with all these men height. It's going to be bad out here. You see? Or maybe you don't see. The word is out. It's going. It can't come out. It can't come back void because this is what the scripture said. Keep going.
Even to the years of many generations.
Right.
A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
And
Oh
some
my
people,
goodness,
some
man.
people think, some people think that this is a Eden, a city of peace, a city where you can do and all your heart's desire.
Right?
But that's of the devil, you know. You can't do what your heart's desire. You can't go to Phillips on Sunday and chow down on a buffet full of abominations. You can't do that.
Do it.
So you can't do what your heart's desire. But they do it.
That's why, like you said, like you said, it's as the Eden before, but behind them,
Gout, diabetes, heart disease.
yeah, that's heavy. Because that's it's of course
Yeah.
it is spiritual, but that's what's gonna manifest when the missiles hit too, man.
high blood pressure,
That's heavy. that's
can't pee,
yeah.
you know, all types of diseases.
Just the white stones, gallstones.
That shit is
Bro, he had to have that shit moved.
Look.
I remember it was just in the cabinet. They let him keep them up. I'm like, bro, why you got this next to me? As a child, bro, that shit was wicked. But that's exactly what it was. When I watched that shit was wild. He said, I couldn't be. He was like, bro, look at what you were indulging in. Man, this was years ago, too.
So to them, all they see is the Eden. But what's behind it? What's coming behind it? Children with 3 eyes, can't see out of neither one of them. 8 toes, all types of shit that horrors, you know what I'm saying? You got children with defects. This is what's coming from eating these abominations, man. Girls on their period when they 5 years old.
Shit's crazy.
What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? You can't do nothing with that. She's a woman. Now what? And she gonna act on her hormones. Defy her mother, slap her father. This is what's coming behind living in Babylon, man. This is the harsh reality, man.
That's called perspective.
Go ahead.
This is Salah. No, you're good. This Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 17 verse 24.
Hey, you ever see them niggas in India? Them niggas in India got their teeth on the outside of their cheek. Have you seen that
Yeah,
shit?
bro, they look like an Attack on Titan. You know when they morph and they ship me back here?
I've seen teeth on the outside of their cheek, man. This ain't no joke, man. You be like, what the fuck is that?
What's his name? That's right.
Look. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 17 verse 26. It says, turn to the Most High and turn away from iniquity,
Right.
for he will lead thee out of darkness
Yes.
into the light of health.
Now, after hearing everything you just heard, wouldn't you want to follow the Lord?
Come on, bro.
Like, I knew I needed a way out of this
Yeah,
one.
tighten up. Tighten it
You
up.
know? And it started for me when Mike Brown, when that dude got shot up, like, had his hands up and everything.
Watch this.
You know? I like that reaction though. It was cool.
Yeah.
But Mike Brown had his hands up
Yeah.
and even got shot right here.
Gunned it down.
And the dude who killed him became a millionaire weeks later.
Yeah. Donation.
So yeah, by donation. So it's like, hold on, they getting rewarded for killing us.
Yeah,
Man.
man.
So hey, I knew it, bro. I knew it. I was the same age as those guys at the time. I'm like, all right. Well, I knew I needed a way out, man. And I had a zeal of the Most High. So it led me right here. You know? But a lot of people, you got grandmas, you got aunties, they die from high blood pressure, heart attacks, whatever, man. That's what this world has to offer you.
Yeah.
Death. Can you read that again, Baba Show?
This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 17 verse 26. Turn again
Yeah.
to the Most High and turn away from iniquity, for he will lead thee out of darkness into the light of health, and hate thou abomination vehemently.
Come on, man. How do
I
you
mean-
not take heed?
But that's not a cry. That's not an alarm. That's not a trumpet blower for our people. I don't know what it is. You know, because I don't see no other resolution for our people, man. Brother said death. You see? It's either death or salvation. That's all. That's the only option. You see? Money is cankered. The other nations is cankered. You can't go no damn where.
Can't do it.
You think you're gonna live a better life somewhere else on the planet? Nope. Because you follow you. You are you. You were made to follow the Lord, and you don't. So since you don't, you're gonna be reminded of who the Lord is. You can't do it. You can't run from yourself. You know, I've known people that will leave the state thinking it's the state. I can't get a job in Virginia. I need somewhere, I need to go somewhere. You ain't going nowhere because you follow you, man. So if you don't fix you or get yourself fixed, it's a wrap. You see? Go ahead.
This is Baruch chapter 4 verse 3.
Right.
It says, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping,
Right.
but God will give you to me again, or Yahweh will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. It says, verse 24, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. And right, we talked about a lot of the situations of our people indulging themselves in things that are not profitable, you know, and the detrimental effects of that. But at the same time, there's still hope. You know, there's still hope. And the hope is in whom the world calls Jesus Christ, who's Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, man. All right? And he's going to come back and he's going to atone and propitiate with the elect of the nation of Israel, man. All right? And all the work that we're doing now is not in vain. All this work that we're doing is going to allow us to tap into that realm, that world, man. All right? And we're not going to die. I don't want Ratazah. Our spirits is going to live forever because I don't want Ratazah. We laboring to be the first fruits, man. All right? It says, this Baruch chapter 4, verse 24, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivities, so shall they see shortly your salvation from the Heavenly Father, from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Bashim Kakadash, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. And it says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck.
Yeah, because it was a time when the neighbors, the other nations, they would wag their hand and hiss at us, man. Is this the nation? Is this the people of God? They can't be. But now, since salvation is coming to us, now we're going to see their destruction. You see that? They could wave their hand, think bad about us. Oh, these are whatever they call us. When I first came out, they talked about our tablecloths, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hurt. I put too much work in my goddamn garden. You call my shit a tablecloth? I was heated. You know, I was heated. But learning, that they gonna do that. They gonna do that, man. They gonna make every derogatory term about you, make you feel bad. But really, in turn, they are the ones feeling bad.
We were given the greatest weapon, man. This is a symbol. This is a symbol of their downfall, right here. Yeah. The Lord has given us the greatest weapon, man, which is repentance. He's given us Yahweh Shah, man. He's given us access back to Him, okay, through the only begotten Son. And now they scared. Access. The spirit, bro, man, it bears witness. Because they out here, they know, they looking, they like, man, we done fucked up.
It was this whole place was built on the lie of who we are. So this symbolized remembrance. Oh shit, they starting to remember who they is. And when we do that, that means we're going down.
How did they remember? How did they figure it out?
It's a wrap. Now the true gods, the true gods of the earth, and we're waking up. Yeah, that goes back to Salaki, right? Ezekiel, the 30, is that 36, 37? Yeah, you can grab the Valley of Dry Bones. Yeah. Right? We're seeing, and it ends when he talks about that army that's being raised, man. Okay. Also, what is that in Isaiah? I think it's in Isaiah when he talks about the government shall sit on his shoulders, right? Government of the Lord, man. You're seeing what they don't. You see, this is the thing. They look at us in the state that we're in and can't visualize or foresee that we're the future rulers of this world.
That's what he just read in Baruch.
What the say? Yeah. Oh, get with it. Whatever the script.
These be the people. How can these bums?
That shows you. That shows you Psalms 83.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked. They made us in no more remembrance. They made us the bottom of the world. So it's now you got people growing up and seeing the world for what it is, and they saying, how in the hell can these be the next world? That's a complete 360, like in NFL terms. How in the hell is the Washington Commanders Super Bowl favorites? When just last year they was the worst. It's just like, what? That don't make sense. How they gonna be the top? Just like that. That's because Yahweh Bashim Shah always said it. No matter what y'all done, what he said is still gonna happen.
Bro, because it happened before. Our temple has been completely desecrated, completely ruined, right? When we went off against our power, man. But guess what? That rededication came, baby. You know what I'm saying? On the time of Nehemiah, bro, we were able to come together and build. And then we was building in the rest of these heathen. Oh, can we help? Nah, this ain't got nothing to do with you, fam. It's nothing to do with you, fam. Like, stay over there. Like, hey, stay over there. We gonna do this. You had certain, certain men, certain of our men on the outside protecting and holding posts while the temple was being built. This is replaying right now. Right. That's what the Lord said. He gonna build us up behind enemy lines. It's in Psalms 50. Psalms 50. I want to get that, bro. You had something?
Yeah.
You had something too. Yeah. Now hold there. We gonna get into that. What did you have, bro?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5.
Yeah, read it. You can read it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, starting from the top. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repented and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God? And his lot is among the saints.
The Lord has given us something that's so greater than this whole our existence. This whole creation itself. He's given us a piece of his own spirit, man. All right? And that's part of the reason why the Heavenly Father, he said, we stood in great boldness because we understand the severity of the situation that we're in right now, man. And we don't give a fuck how you look at us right now. We know that when we get to them Shemayim, we with Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, man. Y'all ain't gonna be able to fuck with us, man.
Bro, it was a picture that I seen, and don't be, I think it was like I think it was a female lion, and she was like, don't be afraid of me, but be afraid of the power that's behind me, man. Like that's what it is, bro. We stand in great boldness because we understand, we understand the power that we serve, and that he's unstoppable. Can't nobody touch him. Okay, and he's governing and controlling over everything, man. All right, and he's only revealed himself only unto a few. So that's why we look, bro. We can stand out here, like I just quoted the scripture through the foolishness of preaching. We'll look like fools to the masses, We'll look crazy. What they want to say? We got a table. We'll wear our table. I don't even want to say that, but because that ain't what this is. But from your perception, that's what you think it is.
Yeah.
But we know all of you are fucking fools and all you are idiots, man. But I wanted to get this real quick. I'm gonna go straight to the point. Yeah.
Scripture say, blessed are your eyes can't see, man.
That's right. But this Psalms 50, it's a heavy chapter, man. But I'm gonna go straight to the point.
Ain't that hurting?
Yeah.
Somebody say you got a tablecloth.
Yeah. But bro, don't just.
You know what I mean?
Now we look at it like it's a reward unto us.
Right.
Because what y'all done to Yahweh Shah, it just shows us who we are. We supposed to be a mockery. What did it say? We would be made a spectacle.
That's what we see every day. I mean, that's what a spectacle is, to be looked at. Everybody, window down, over here.
That's crazy
all
though.
day.
Even though we got garments on, we still fly. Look at we still fly in the atmosphere.
Right.
Stupid. And the thing is, hey man, you can say what you want, but hey, I don't want Rochas out. We're part of that number. We going from tablecloths to glorification, man. All right, so you better watch your mouth. And you because the same man that made that comment that said we in tablecloths, you gonna see us glorified in the kingdom of heaven, man. So watch your fucking mouth.
Strangers of our salvation. Brother read it.
Don't be hurt.
Relax.
Mad, man.
Please.
Go ahead.
Brother, please.
Yeah,
This is Psalms 50 and 21. It's a heavy chapter, but I'm going straight to the point. These things hast thou done. It was going into Esau and what he has done.
Yeah.
And it says, and I kept silence.
Right.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
Because sentence against you
Evil and
word.
isn't executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the wicked is setting them to continue to do wickedness. So Esau, Edom, he thought he was good. He said, "Oh shit!" And the rest of the nations, they licking the wounds of the parable of Lazarus. Still to this day. But it says that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thy eyes, man. So the Lord is setting us up and establishing us right here behind enemy lines. Right here, right? And it's the beautiful thing is it's spiritual. Like we're not doing this by physical means. We're just doing this by really just a thorough examination of ourselves. Man. The Lord baptizing us with this fire, us correcting us and chastising us in the spirit and building us up, man. You know, to get ready to get down. Get down
You
and
gotta
righteous.
be possessed with something to do something every single week.
Got to, bro.
That's against the grain.
That's against the grain.
Either we are mad, either we are goddamn crazy, or we goddamn right.
It's one or the other.
Because you gotta have a little bit of that crazy.
Like Apostle Paul
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Hey, you gotta be a little crazy to do this, man. You gotta be a little crazy.
Can I read that?
Yeah, I'm good.
There's Baruch chapter 4, verse 27. It says, "Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the heavenly Father, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you." It says, "For as it was your mind to go astray from the heavenly Father, so being returned, seek him 10 times more."
The Lord is gonna remember us, man. Selah. The Lord is gonna remember us, right? God damn, that's so beautiful. That's so comforting. You know, Jake be going, man. This is fucking madness. Jake could go and want to. Yeah, right. But we should be remembered of him, man. So the Lord is going to remember us, man, as long as we continue to maintain in this thing. You know, and like I was saying, it's so comforting, man. It's such a relief, you know, to have this, man, to have this truth. You know, and that's why you gotta appreciate this thing, man. You know, you gotta love this thing. You gotta fight for this thing. You know, because what we're doing is that, bro, this is the greatest thing that is being done on the face of the earth right now. In the sight of what's going on, you gotta think about what people are chasing. Hey, look at you, Jake chasing ass, Jake chasing money, you know, Jake chasing clout, you know what I'm saying? They want to be, the vain glory, they want all these different accolades, all these different merits, you know, within their whatever profession that they're in. But this is the chief profession, man. Oh, those that serve the Lord, those that risk their lives to come out here and to stand for righteousness and to stand for his name. You think he ain't gonna, the Lord is documenting this right? It's angels out here right now. You know, and it'd be more of them with us than it is with them. So you gotta remember that, man, and remember to meditate upon that, especially in these coming days, all right? Because it's gonna like the spirit had it, what brothers was going into, Elder Shari and bros were going into, but the day of darkness approached, the day of the Lord is quickly approaching, you know? So you better pray for the stomach, you know, to be able to handle, you know, what's about to be seen, man. You know, and believe and have faith that the Lord is gonna put you, you know, in the correct mindset and to have the overall correct spirit on you in that day when it approaches, man. You know? So anything else? Anything else? So with that, you know, as always, we want to give infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Of course, you know, double honors goes out to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and a sincere peace and salutation goes out to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.